it stays up in the ethereal plane, the highest plane. And then he goes in to say key insights, synthesis, progression. All models show hierarchy where love and authenticity develop through stages of consciousness or psychological growth. Higher love, unconditional and altruistic love, consistently appears at the higher frequency or level of development.
Communication.
And then development and authenticity is the journey. Authenticity is the dynamic process evolving from courage and self-expression to deep inner truth and full self-realization. The interconnectedness, that's the connectedness between authenticity and love. Our high levels of love and authenticity are deeply intertwined and often co-emerge. One supports the other. The complementary view, despite different terminologies, these frameworks offer converging insights into human potential and higher states of being. It is so amazing. I'll put up the first one for you, though. I just wanted to get it without going squirrel. So there's the first one for you. But it was pretty amazing that he took with what I said and put it into his own software that he's developed himself and really spelt it out very nice for me so that I can communicate a lot clearer what my true goal and intent is, to give people this self-awareness, this reasoning, this true acceptance of self, self-love, and how to become fully realized and have that inner peace and not subject yourself to those outer forces that will try to dim your light, but instead just radiate right through it, because no negative frequency can overcome a positive frequency. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, thanks for letting me share. Did you understand anything that I said?
I always thought that if you don't have any negativity, then you have nothing to scale balance off of. So I can't understand. It's like you always carry a ghost with you that supports you. It's hard to explain. Yeah, this when you said A Dr. David R, that's really cool. Do you know why? Because everything is by 1/2, and A through R is what is 1/2 of 360, or what is 171 AG, like the silver cord. So I just thought that was funny. David for me is like a divide and the connection between AI. The DD in both is what is the fourth letter. The reverse of the fourth letter is the 23rd letter, W. That is BC, communication. A, B, C with what is BCD. The W holds those two letters, two area spaces. Actually, within the W, there's a 54 occupancy, which means because it holds two numbers, it can also hold two letters. So it can either be a whole of 9 or it can be 27, one of the two of them, because of the letter. Besides that, where was I again? I have to look back. Yes, 500. D in Roman numerals is 500, so DR together could be reversed. You came in which place? Oh, don't worry, I'm bronze. I am third, THIRD. So you'd be in third place, so both first and second would be inside what the doctor, and the R letter is the 18th letter. Since it's on the first level, you can break the first level up by 6, 6, 6, 18, or break it up by 2 halves, 9 and 9, 18. So you brought communication with inside the half house within R. That's the 18th letter. Also, another thing with the 18th letter, it is not the 18th letter as is said in English, but in French it is said as 10, 8, 18. So is that Capricorn? Whoops, something popped up. Is that Capricorn, Scorpio, 10, 8? Is it 10 minus 8 and talking about Taurus? Is it 2? Is it now B? Is 3 talking about 2? Do you follow what I'm saying with this? Numbers talk about themselves, and above any word that's ever been spoken is the number alone. And then once you place the face to take it off, like the skeleton of what it is, and start to build from it, you start to see words. They're just connection dots and dashes. And then the algorithms we run in tell us stories within the letters themselves, in which are equated into words like the word love. 3, 6, 4, 5. The reverse of the word love, same thing. Love is love. It duplicates within this house. You cannot deny the actuality we live. And where does it exist? It exists over here. And in the alphabet, right here, story exists. There's only one on a cube.
Okay, here you go.
Oh no, give me 1 minute before I go anywhere. I just want to say that everything that was on...
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, everything that's on here, every single number on this, every single word has a story because of the number of letters, the beginning, the first letter of each word, how many words are within the sentence. There's certain things I haven't worked on because there's just very time consuming. But if anybody is interested to understand what it is that I do to decipher, to understand the numbers themselves, and then the numbers themselves, if you say, hey, Earth is the third planet, third rock from the sun, great. So I'll say third rock from the sun because it came out in the theater. Everybody watch it. It's part of our what do you call it? It's part of our it's part of the river we flow with, right? But Earth is the third planet. We do call it Earth. In French, they call it terre. In Spanish, it's another name. But with this alphabet, however we can call it, to give it its 360 degrees of which letters we choose first. How many letters are within the word we speak to understand it. But before that, it's to understand the dots and the dashes, how to use the dots and the dashes, how to see the hand, because we can use the hand. And you can say, well, you're just using the hand. Okay, we won't use the hand. I'll use the third finger. It's also the 8th finger, the 13th finger, and the 18th finger. Why? I got 10 toes and 5 on this hand. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, or 16, 17, 18, or I got 10 down there, 11, 12, 13, or 11, 12, 13. So there's only 4 numbers there. So I'm just telling you the story of life, a story that can't be changed. You can put add-ons, of course, male, female, I don't know. You can put a male at one end and female at the other end. I see it in piping. I see it in electricity all the time. We have it in our computers today. Male, female, they're all mixed up. If you want to go to the old bell and to the pig, we'll go down into the ground where the rats are, right? Because that's where all the colors are. In the earlier days, the telephone lines that went down under the sewers were all kinds of colors, all kinds of hookups. So I always looked at Bell as the big pig. And another thing about Bell is that it's 2, 3, 5, and 23, and the E world is communication. 23.5 times 2 is 47. That's where we have arrived at right now. Number 47. Time. What emits in time?
I got 47s all over my time.
Energy and matter. EM. The balls in pool with energy and matter. M13, the 13 ball. E5, energy. The 5 ball, 13 and 5 are orange. 13 and 5 is 18. 18 is R. It says MER. REM. Your dream is in the ocean. Rockabye baby. You're 57, my friend MX Racer. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 equals to 35 and 12, 47. You minus it, it becomes 23. And now you have the reverse alphabet for 23. The reverse alphabet, the beginning of the reverse alphabet is A, B, C. A between B equaling to what is C. You reverse the alphabet, you get X24. X24, C3, 27. That's your first reverse. And it says sex, and it's 324, 432 harmonics, our healing harmonics. Anything you want to match up anything and you want to go, how far back in time do you want to go? But please take it out of one of the universities so I can take a look at it myself. I don't have to know it. You have to want to know it. I just have to look at the numbers, and I go by basics. What period of time, what was the person's name, what was their birthday. I'm just going to look at that and see what it tells me, just to balance off that if I was to read, I can see where they're going with this for the harmonics of the situation. But I'm not going to tell you how to build a supercomputer. I can't do that. That's not my forte. Right? My thing is to bridge things together so that the two electricians come together and they say, how are we going to make it work? And of course I know nothing. And I just listen to them talk and I go, what if we did this? And they would go, that's a good idea. Well, I'm hoping. But anyways, give me 1 minute. This 1 in 10,000, sometimes when numbers aren't running an algorithm that you can understand, and always try to understand the algorithm after the decimal, in order to see if there is an algorithm, multiply that end situation by 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 to see if we've pushed any algorithm, meaning look at more decimal points, right? Look at an extra 5 decimal points, at least 6 decimal points minimum. And you can push them over also, because eventually sometimes you push out a few more numbers and everything starts to repeat. It's just your number is too high.
So look, this is the day I was born on right here, 2/1/1979, right? Comes out to 29, that's 11, right? I was born at 11:47 p.m. on February 1st, which is 13 minutes before the shadow of the groundhog, right?
But 13 and 11 are the same. Yeah, each side of the clock, the 11th hour and the 13th hour, it's the same angle on each side of the clock.
And then look,
On Groundhog Day.
I was born in Alexandria, Louisiana. They gave me this prefix right here.
Because he has been diagnosed, I think, and all of that. But here's the thing, it's the font thing, right? So some people can hit their head and become derp, right? Some people can hit their